So you could breathe whiskey over Dean Wagner? Laughed Beth. Will's teaching assistant was tall and dark-eyed, with a low laugh and a sharp wit. And tonight, a probing manner. The dream, it's based on something, she pressed. You told me once there was a storm and the house got hit by lightning and someone died, yes. But the girl is only in the dream? No, Will replied. He had forgotten until now that he had told her of his troubled youth, trying to make the stories funny, though they were anything but to him. They had spoken of it one time over drinks, but she was not the type to forget. Why did he mention the dream tonight? Because he felt a need to share with someone and knew Beth would keep it to herself. And because after a long reprieve, he was under siege again. First once a week, then twice, now nearly every night. She was there, in the field. I'm not sure of the details. I was only 5. She was your neighbor. Yes. Were her parents hippies too? She lived with her grandfather, Dartmouth professor. The house was filled with books, wall to wall. Anyway, why are you focused on the girl? That's who you're running to in the dream. Seems like she's the key. To what? Understanding it. What's to understand? Said Will, annoyed. The beer bottle was empty, and he had promised himself to stop it, too. Dreams are just mental garbage. Okay. Beth sipped her soda. So why were you telling me? I don't know, he mumbled. It was on my mind. It must have been because that wasn't even the girl I was asking about. At first, he thought she meant Asa, the pierced and pink-haired ghoul from his myth and folklore seminar, who was slithering across the room in a serpentine fashion, headed their way. You mean Helen? Is there someone else? Not for years, thought Will sadly, and not for a long time to come. I haven't spoken to her in weeks. Wow. Beth seemed genuinely surprised. So this is for real, this breakup? Such a weak word, something that happened to high school sweethearts. He and Helen were in their 30s, had been together 4 years, lived together for 2. He had visited her family far more times than he had seen his own mother in that span. Anxiety rose up, and Will squeezed his eyes shut. The darkness, the burned smell, his mother screaming into the night as he ran. From what? They weren't hippies, he said, forcing down the panic. My parents. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. No, I realize I paint them that way. Not my dad, but my mother's crowd. The flared denims and long hair and mystical chanting. But I mean, it was 1975. Could you still be a hippie then? Sure, Beth maintained. It's a state of mind. They're out there now with gray ponytails and tie-dyes yanked over their guts, starting internet companies. The revolution, said Will. What did she call it, that seance thing your mom did? Spirit circle, Will replied uneasily, trying to share Beth's enthusiasm. Spirit circle, she echoed with delight. Who are they trying to contact? Darned if I know, he said, wishing desperately for a real drink. God, aliens, the Great Spirit. Professor Fairytale, shouted a voice so close that Will jumped. Asa was beside him, green peasant skirt low on her hips, a skull ring dangling from her long nose. Her hair was more purple than pink tonight, and her bulging eyes drilled into him. You're hiding from us. I'm doing no such thing, Will lied. Asa was flanked by her reliable wingman, Victor, and plaid-shirted Pete? Will's wandering mind created nicknames for students, and this kid was always just Plaid. Professor Fairytale? Beth repeated, both defensive and amused. That's not very nice. Who are you? Asa demanded, getting into Beth's space, which is what she did. Beth Gonzalez, and you are? Asa, wait.